Before Donald J. Trump became a political figure, he was a brand, a name that evoked luxury, ambition, and controversy long before he ever stepped onto the campaign trail. His journey began in the world of New York real estate, working alongside his father, Fred Trump, who was already a well-known developer in the city's outer boroughs. But Donald had bigger dreams. He wanted to make his mark on Manhattan, the heart of American ambition. Trump's name, emblazoned in gold letters on skyscrapers like the iconic Trump Tower, quickly became a symbol of wealth, power, and relentless self-promotion. He understood the value of spectacle and used it to his advantage, making his brand synonymous with opulence. He expanded his empire into casinos in Atlantic City, launched his own airline, and even put his name on a board game. Not every venture was a success. Some failed spectacularly, but each one added to the mythos of Donald Trump, the risk-taker who always bounced back. In 1987 he published The Art of the Deal, a book that became a bestseller and cemented his image as a master negotiator and dealmaker. The book wasn't just about business, it was about the Trump philosophy: think big, act boldly, and never back down. But it was television that truly transformed him from a business mogul into a household name. Trump became a fixture on talk shows, news programs, and eventually reality TV. As the host of The Apprentice, Trump's persona as the tough, no-nonsense boss was broadcast into millions of homes. His catchphrase, "You're fired," became a pop culture phenomenon, instantly recognizable across America. The show recast him as the ultimate authority figure, decisive, commanding, and larger than life. He wasn't just a businessman anymore. He was a symbol of American success and grit. This fame, cultivated over decades, laid the groundwork for his political ambitions. Trump's celebrity status gave him a unique platform, allowing him to connect with millions who felt they already knew him. By the time he announced his presidential run in 2015, Trump was more than just a businessman or TV star, he was a cultural force. Americans had watched his rise, his setbacks, and his comebacks. He wasn't a traditional politician, he was a celebrity who had mastered the art of attention, using the media as his stage and controversy as his fuel. This unique background let him connect with voters in a way few politicians could. He spoke their language, understood the power of image, and knew how to command a crowd. Trump's brand was now inseparable from his identity, a blend of business, entertainment, and boldness that set him apart from anyone else in American public life. It was this larger-than-life persona, forged in the worlds of real estate and reality TV, that would ultimately propel him onto the national political stage and change American politics forever. When Donald Trump descended the golden escalator to announce his 2015 campaign, few in the political world took him seriously. Many pundits dismissed his candidacy as a publicity stunt, expecting him to fade quickly from the crowded field. Yet, Trump tapped into a deep well of voter frustration, reaching Americans who felt ignored by political elites and left behind by rapid economic and cultural change. These were people who believed their voices had been lost in Washington, and Trump promised to speak for them. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," became more than just a catchphrase. It was a rallying cry for millions who longed for a return to what they saw as America's past strength and prosperity. The red MAGA hat quickly turned into a symbol of this movement. Trump's campaign broke all the traditional rules. He was blunt, confrontational, and completely unfiltered. He spoke in a way that felt raw and direct, often saying things other politicians wouldn't dare. Supporters saw this as refreshing authenticity, while critics saw only chaos and unpredictability. He dominated the crowded Republican field, giving rivals memorable nicknames and commanding the spotlight at every debate. His unconventional tactics left seasoned politicians scrambling to respond, and he quickly became the center of attention. The media, even when critical, couldn't look away. Trump understood that attention was power, and he used controversy to keep himself in the headlines day after day, shaping the national conversation. Trump's victory in 2016 shocked the world. He flipped key states that had long voted Democratic, building a new coalition of voters and defying nearly every prediction. His win was a stunning rejection of the political establishment and a demand for radical change. The country was left divided, with some celebrating and others protesting in the streets. Trump's campaign proved that connecting with voter anxieties and frustrations could upend American politics, rewriting the rules of how campaigns are run and who can win. Trump revolutionized political communication with his use of Twitter. He bypassed traditional media, speaking directly to millions at any hour. His tweets set the news agenda, forcing rivals and journalists to react. Supporters saw his online presence as authentic and unfiltered. Alongside social media, Trump's rallies became massive spectacles, part show, part movement. Thousands gathered, creating a sense of community and shared identity. The rallies energized his base, while clips and moments spread virally online. This synergy between digital outreach and live events kept Trump at the center of the national conversation. He built a modern political machine, personal, immediate, and national in scope. Trump's approach redefined how candidates connect with voters in the digital age. In office, Trump moved quickly to fulfill campaign promises. He appointed 3 conservative Supreme Court justices, reshaping the judiciary for a generation. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act slashed taxes for corporations and individuals, aiming to boost growth. Deregulation rolled back environmental and business rules, cheered by supporters, criticized by opponents. Immigration was central. The travel ban, border wall construction, and strict enforcement polarized the nation. Trump withdrew from the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal, prioritizing America first. Trade wars, especially with China, aimed to protect American industries. Every move was framed as putting the nation's interests first. His disruptive style energized his base but deepened national and international divisions. Trump's presidency was defined by confrontation and a relentless push to upend the status quo. After losing in 2020, Trump remained the dominant force in the Republican Party. He claimed the election was stolen, making it a litmus test for GOP loyalty and fueling his comeback. By 2024, he led a movement, not just a campaign. His platform was even more aggressive, especially on immigration. He promised mass deportations, ending birthright citizenship, and using the military at the border. Public opinion had shifted. A majority now wanted less immigration, giving his message new traction. His rallies drew huge crowds, painting a picture of a nation in decline and promising restoration. Trump's message of retribution and order mobilized his base, setting the stage for another historic election. He positioned himself as the only leader strong enough to reverse America's course. The 2024 campaign turned violent on July 13th, marking a day that would be seared into the nation's memory. What began as a routine rally quickly spiraled into chaos, as the unthinkable unfolded before a stunned crowd and a watching world. At a Pennsylvania rally, Donald Trump was grazed by a bullet in a shocking assassination attempt. The attack left one of his supporters dead and sent waves of panic through the crowd. Secret Service agents responded instantly, neutralizing the shooter and preventing further tragedy. The event was broadcast live, its images replayed endlessly across every major network. The nation was left in disbelief, grappling with the reality of political violence on American soil. Yet just days later, Trump made a dramatic return to the campaign trail, bandaged but unbowed. His defiance in the face of danger became a powerful symbol of resilience, inspiring both his supporters and many others who admired his determination. For his supporters, the attack was proof of the extraordinary dangers he faced. Their loyalty deepened, and emotions ran high at rallies, where crowds waved flags and chanted in solidarity. Many saw Trump's survival as almost miraculous, reinforcing their belief in his cause. Just weeks later, another attempt occurred at his Florida golf club. This time, the suspect was stopped before shots were fired. The swift action of law enforcement prevented another tragedy, but the sense of vulnerability lingered. These incidents heightened the sense of crisis and transformed Trump into a near-mythical figure for his base. Security at his events was ramped up, and every appearance became a show of both strength and caution. The assassination attempts dominated headlines for weeks, generating waves of sympathy and galvanizing support. News outlets dissected every detail, and the story became a central focus of the national conversation. For many undecided voters, the violence became a turning point. The attacks forced Americans to confront the intensity of the political climate and reconsider their views on leadership, security, and the future of the country. Trump's survival and unwavering defiance quickly became central to his campaign narrative. He spoke to the nation about unity and perseverance, using his own experience as a rallying cry. The summer of violence didn't derail him. Instead, it made his comeback even more dramatic. His rallies grew larger and more energetic, with supporters eager to show their unwavering commitment. In the eyes of many, Trump emerged as a symbol of national resilience, embodying the spirit of perseverance in the face of adversity. The events of 2024 would leave a lasting mark on the campaign and on the nation itself. The Secret Service faced intense scrutiny after the Butler shooting. Investigations revealed major security failures and led to the director's resignation. Several agents were suspended and the agency's reputation was shaken. The attacks highlighted the dangers of political violence in a polarized America. Security was ramped up nationwide, but the sense of unease lingered. The incidents forced a reckoning with the fragility of democracy and the real consequences of toxic political discourse. The nation was left anxious, questioning how it had reached this dangerous point. Trump's second term began with aggressive immigration enforcement. Mass deportations and legal battles dominated the headlines. But as the reality set in, public opinion shifted dramatically. Scenes of families being separated and communities disrupted led to widespread discomfort. By mid-2025, polls showed a record-high majority now viewed immigration as a good thing. Support for mass deportations plummeted, even among Republicans. Calls for a path to citizenship surged and disapproval of Trump's immigration policies soared. The reversal was bipartisan and rapid, reflecting the human cost of hardline policies. Americans reconsidered their views when faced with the real-life impact. The gap between campaign rhetoric and policy reality became starkly clear. The shift posed a major challenge for Trump and revealed the unpredictability of public sentiment. Donald Trump's impact on American politics is undeniable. He transformed the Republican Party into a populist movement centered on nationalism. His rise proved that celebrity and media mastery could trump political experience. Trump changed political discourse, making it more personal, confrontational, and polarizing. His presidency forced national debates on immigration, identity, and America's role in the world. The dramatic swing in public opinion on immigration showed his influence and its limits. Trump's story is that of a disruptor who tapped into deep currents of discontent. Whether seen as a savior or a threat, his legacy is a nation forever changed by his presence.